Head has given their core range of freeride skis a bit of an update for the 22-23 winter season. I'm out here in Absolute Park Flackout with these, the Head Core 105 and Tyrolia Protector binding. So there's been quite a lot of changes to the core series of skis from Head since their launch in 2018, with either the construction or shaping being tweaked year on year. And that's not a knock on Head at all. They're clearly listening to their consumer and athlete feedback and acting on this feedback in an effort to make the best performing skis that they can. So the main update came in the 21-22 winter season, where the range saw a large construction overhaul to get to the point where it pretty much is today. The new core features a construction that's now made from a mix of an all-new Karuba and poplar wood core. It's got carbon fiber with layers of fiberglass sitting on top and graphene towards the tips and the tails. While previous core skis had made use of the honeycomb-shaped choroid, the updated core skis now feature layers of fiberglass and carbon laminates for a more traditional construction. Last year's polyester top sheet has been replaced by a polyamide top sheet to increase durability. To further boost durability, the core series now feature a chamfered sidewall, where the top sheet slightly folds over the sidewall, kind of like a semi-cap construction. This slightly rounded sidewall also helps to boost the playfulness of the skis by making them a touch softer towards the tips. Weight has also been a huge selling point for the core range, and this continues to be the case for the 22-23 range. The carbon sandwich construction helps to bring the weight down to an impressive 1,840 grams per ski for the 184 centimeter length that we tested. Now that's a highly impressive number, especially considering the downhill performance of these planks. Speaking of that downhill performance, the Core 105s has a relatively stiff tip, although it definitely feels nothing like that of the 21-22 core skis, and that's perhaps thanks to the newly chamfered sidewalls. The stiffness increases progressively throughout the underfoot section of the skis and then behind the heels too. And it also looks like Head has also made the tails a touch softer in line with the tips to help boost the ski's playfulness and ease of turn initiation. Now this change in flex runs throughout the whole core line of skis, where the wider skis, and those are the 117, the 111 and these are 105, they all run a little more playful and lighter than the narrower skis in the range. The narrower skis are all a little stiffer for direct power transfer on firm snow. The shape remains pretty consistent with other versions of the core range, with a pretty tapered tip to help keep the skis loose and nimble in 3D snow conditions, while a much more traditional tail still gives the skis a predictable and locked-in feeling when you're laying the skis over on edge on hard snow. The 105mm waist width makes the Core 105s an ideal all-mountain freeride ski with enough float for all but the deepest days. The Core series still features what we'd call a traditional mount location, so you might want to play about with bringing it forward depending on your ski style. Taking a look at the rocker profile, you've quite obviously got a touch of rocker both in the tips and the tails, with camber running underfoot to give the skis a blend of maneuverability in the soft stuff, yet still being able to retain a good deal of bite on firmer conditions. Now this rocker profile isn't really anything surprising, especially considering the 105mm waist width. And we're also out in Austria testing Tyrolia's new Protector binding. And this binding is pretty exciting as it features both lateral and vertical release in the heels to help protect your knees. This 7mm of bilateral movement plus 30 degrees of rotation is particularly useful during rearward twisting falls, such as when you're backslapping off a drop. So much so that Tyrolia claims that this binding can help reduce ACL strain by more than 50%. The bindings rode solidly. It was pretty confidence inspiring to know that you've got that extra level of knee protection built into them, and that to us makes for a pretty solid downhill binding. Getting back to our final thoughts on the Core 105s, they really impressed us with their all-mountain versatility. Head has made the skis much more pivotable and playful thanks to a few tweaks to the construction, while still upholding their incredible all-mountain prowess. If you're a playful charger who loves to mix things up both in the terrain you ski and the conditions that you actually ski in, then you certainly can't go wrong with the new and updated Core 105. They offer bucket loads of confidence for hard charging around the resort and now have that extra spice of playfulness. So that's the all new and updated Head Core 105. If you've got any questions regarding the ski or Head's core range, then just drop a comment below and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. And of course, if you're new here, then be sure to click that subscribe button down below. Catch you on the next one.